All right. Hi, YouTube. I'm going to turn on I got my little light here. Add some nicer lighting to my amazing lightness. Don't mind the fly in the room. That's just Lord of the Flies testing me to see if my flesh is corrupted or not. It only lands on me when my flesh is corrupted. Anyways, we're going to watch this video, and or when I have ego. When life is bullshit, ran by a depressed young man. And I feel this. I don't necessarily think I am depressed, nor do I think I am completely young, although I am still in my 20s, so I guess I am a young man. And he says life is bullshit. So he also got 76,000 views in 3 months. So maybe my reaction video here will get 10 bajillion views, and I will be able to be happy once I somehow make money or something. Anyways, let's watch the video.
You know,
You're going to hear my comments the whole way through because I'm going to say a lot.
I don't really love anyone in this world. I'm like really alone. Like I'm really fucking lonely.
Yep, everybody is.
I don't know. I just want to come out here and I want to talk, say something, do something before I feel like I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I guess I'm trying to get away from all this shit, but you can't. It's impossible. You have to be around people. Yet people fucking suck. People don't care about you. If you're
therapist told me that human beings were we do really well. We're very cooperative species. You know, just look at civilization and stuff, right? We're like ants. So it's just, our natural state is one when we are cooperating with humans as opposed to when we're in conflict with humans. That's our natural state, apparently.
You're a little weird or you're a little awkward, people fucking hate you. They don't want to be around you. And they don't care about any of your issues or how you feel whatsoever. That's the truth.
That's especially the case that they've known you for a long time, especially if it's like, say, your family. 100%. Anyways.
I'm just tired of like feeling this way, you know? Like,
we'll say
like I'm stuck, I'm trapped, I'm bored.
Yep.
There's nothing to do. Everything about life
Present's
has to do
a
with
gift.
other people, and I don't want to be around other people anymore. 'Cause
I get it.
all it is disappointment every time.
Pretty much.
It's like they want.
I think that disappointment comes from just like wanting to have expectation, right? You're expecting something, my guy, from them. And that was your first mistake. You expected something from another person.
I want you to be a certain way, but I can't be that way. I feel like I'm not supposed to be a part of this society. I don't fit in it.
Walk away, man.
It's like,
I mean, I tried to like live off the grid and stuff, and it was hard. So I got like really sick. So, just know that also technically like living out of my car in like Walmart parking lots is not really living off the grid, really. But I did go to a desert in Utah, and that was really hard. And then I realized nature is freaking dangerous.
really fucking irritating, man. I want to just drive away. Like, I'm here in the back of the parking lot, and
I literally did that. I literally drove away. I literally drove
by
away.
myself.
Like,
it's
I literally, bro.
The most
I
peaceful
literally,
for me.
I literally
To just be on my
drove
own, just away from people. I try so hard to try and be normal, to be kind to others, to try and just fit in and create like relationships, but it's like impossible. I don't know, people just, if they don't like you, they don't like you.
Like stereotypes.
And it is what it is, That's life. Life is bullshit. If you were born a certain way, like there's nothing you can do about it. And like that'll always be a negative on you. It's easier for us.
He's being real negative right now. Of course you can change. As David Goggins would say, discipline reprograms your DNA. He's absolutely right. Doing things, there's only two ways that like people can change according to another dude. He said it was either trauma or grief. That are the things that change a human being the most. I guess discipline is kind of a way of confronting grief.
Other people, and it'll be harder for you. I feel like most of life is decided from the moment you're born, depending on what location you're in.
Sure.
What kind of people are around you in the neighborhood you grow up in, what kind of family you have.
No. So he's confusing two things. You were certainly born a certain way. That's like your natural self. But then you've been conditioned out of that from a very young age. And that conditioning comes from your immediate environment. And namely comes from the people around you who have themselves been conditioned. So they're just doing what their parents did to them to you. And so you end up with just another like layer of conditioning, and basically it's just a bunch of ego. It's control. It's not really who we really are. It's just like the way we organize our hierarchies as animals.
All of that is decided from the moment you're born and will impact everything else in your life. So
Everything
if
but
you
your
had a
spirit.
fucked up family life, it's too late. Like, that already has a big effect on you, and you're gonna use the rest of your life to try and fucking counteract all that bullshit that happened to you.
Oh, literally. So now he's like saying fighting ego with ego, and this unfortunate truth about that is you only just create more ego. So like if you try to do the opposite of what your parents did, I'm gonna break that down into like English. If you just do the opposite of what your parents did, you're just going to be just as fucking narcissistic as your parents, but just instead of potatoes, it's potatoes.
Like, it's really all about luck.
But if you ever have kids, they're going to know. Okay? Maybe you forgot, like you're just like so fucking hypnotized by your own ego conditioning nonsense. But your kids are going to feel it for sure. And then it's up to them to decide if they're going to continue the cycle.
But life is bullshit. That's what it is. Life is bullshit, and
Ego's
no matter
bullshit.
how hard I cry or
Ego,
fucking
clan,
complain about it,
communal, tribe, hierarchies are bullshit. That's what he means by life. He means when he's saying life, he means his, the love of his life. That's what he's talking about.
it's not gonna change, right? This is just reality. I can dream about it. I can daydream all day about something better, but like, this is reality. So I have to make what I can of it. Right? Because we're all gonna fucking die someday anyways.
Gotta survive, my guy.
So I just have to make what good I
Keep
can.
that ego,
like, whatever
keeping
I
you
can
alive.
get out of this life. And whether it's making stupid videos, and I know no one's gonna watch this, no one's gonna give a fuck.
He got 76,000 views in 3 months. Okay, YouTube. I'm doing the video, okay? Free money now.
Care about this. I'm still just gonna put this up and hope someone can relate. I feel like no one gives a shit or cares about the problems I have or can relate to them. I want to try and do something where I put it online and I hope that people can listen and at least relate a little bit, that someone has these same issues.
No, he said it.
I don't really love anyone in this world.
Literally, bro.
I'm like really alone. Like I'm really fucking lonely. Like, to a devastating extent. Like I'm such a loner. Like, it's just my whole life. That's all I'm used to, is being by myself.
So the thing about being a loner, you can only really be a loner when you are with other people. Isn't that interesting? You have to have like a context for being a loner, and essentially it is you have the loves of your life. Could be your family, could be anybody, best friends, you name it, whatever, whomever. It could be your cat and dog, whatever. You have the loves of your life, and yet you're still lonely. That makes you a loner, because you are still leaning into the mindset or the framework of that's normal. Your so-called love of your life is normal. And just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean it's actually normal. It's actually abnormal when it comes to human nature. Okay, it's not natural for human beings to kind of do all that. But I guess the way we've evolved, yeah, it is very natural in that sense. But there is a dare I say a supernatural aspect of being a human, and it's just simply the original natural. And the Bible talks about this. Okay, I mean I'm just gonna throw it out there, but the whole Adam and Eve symbolism is about that stuff, folks. Okay, it's about like our old nature versus our like current nature versus like the new nature that, like, say someone like Jesus was able to tap into, or it could be just any other guru you can think of. I mean, there's many. Jesus ain't the only holy person. Okay.
And I want to connect to someone.
But I think he's like the top, he's like the top G's of like holy people. Okay. That's top good, by the way.
To me, like the thought.
So he's a loner, meaning that like he's just an outlier in society, which I have been for most of my life. But the nice thing about like just deciding to not claim to even like be part of that nonsense is that now I'm just alone. It's not even that I'm a loner anymore, because I don't even have anyone that makes to even associate with that I could even claim to like be the framework or the context of my loneliness. It's gone. Nobody's there anymore. So all I have is nature. Like all I have is nature. And I realize that the nature is the norm. Okay, whatever the natural world is, that's kind of like the norm in a way. In some way it is. And like the nature is kind of like the standard. That's the normal. Nature's the normal. And nature doesn't talk. Nature doesn't speak English. Nature doesn't use human words. It's usually just wind blowing, occasional bugs, some squirrels and birds. You got all these plants. You've got like mycelium. You know, you got trees. What else have you got? You got the sunlight. You got clouds. You got air. You got all that stuff. Okay, that's the normal, right? And then we humans over here just kind of like, I don't know, brainwashed. And so like that's the normal now. And then when I look back at society and I'm like looking at society, I'm like, oh, these human beings are just products of that natural world. We came from the dirt. We're literally stardust, right? So we are just a extension of that nature. It's not that we're the normal and the nature is like this alien thing. No, nature is normal. We came from nature. Nature is mysterious mostly, and we came from that. Okay, and so when I look at what I'm trying to say is that when I look at a human being now and I look at them, you know, I see stardust. That's what I try to do. I try to like see them for who they really are and what they really are, and not see their ego. Because seeing someone's ego is like, oh, my imaginary self is trying to have a bond or a connection with your imaginary self. So then now we have this thing called a relationship, which is all imaginary, and it's just like made up. It's like playing make believe as kids, okay? And it's like, oh, I'm feeling hurt because you made me feel hurt. But it's like a game of make believe, and it's all this emotion stuff, okay? So that's what I'm learning, anyways.
Thought of being close to someone almost seems like a faraway dream. Like this.
Oh yeah, dream. Okay, this is probably why Gen Z, like, look at this video feed. Gen Z quietly gave up and nobody noticed. It's because they've been just watching all this stuff online, and if they've seen enough artistic content, they realize that like life's a dream, right? There's a lot of just dream state. Chances are that dream world stuff is more normal than what we have here. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
It doesn't even seem like something that's real, yet it's so normal for other people. Yet
Ego.
for me to be close to someone, it just seems like something so far off that I could never do.
That's right, my friend. See, he's tearing up because I think he's actually finally confronting the truth. Oh, the fly! By the way, the fly just landed on me, folks. Okay, it landed on me. Okay, so ego talking. Bear with me here. It's just my ego. You know. So, anyways, he's confronting the reality of like realizing that the only way you can feel connected is to get past that loneliness. Because once you get past that loneliness, you realize that everything's connected. Everything's connected. It's all connected. We're all connected. Alan Watts, higher consciousness and stuff like that. Okay, we're all connected. Okay, and that's really more akin to the normal. And he feels disconnected because his ego is making him feel disconnected. I feel disconnected at times. Like even a few minutes ago, let's say, before I even did the video. Same thing, right? Anyways.
You know? I don't know how I'm supposed to fix that. It's like, I was born a little weird, I guess. I don't know, I'm fucking...
No, you were just born
Asperger's, maybe, I don't know, but...
See? Dude, I'm telling you now, the people who've got autism and Asperger's, they fucking get this shit. They pick it up. Because they're I don't know, their ego is like less active or something like that. Also, yeah. So I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, you got it, my guy.
I don't really know how to connect with anyone in a real way.
No, but you can connect with
fucking
squirrels.
bites at me, you know. I didn't do anything to deserve to be like this, but I'm just like that.
I'm telling you now, my guy, you can connect with some squirrels. Okay, so the fact that you're able to bond with animals in that very special way, you know, without words, okay, there's something going on there, my friend.
I guess.
You know.
And I'm going to make this video and no one's going to care either. But I just have to, like, keep trying, I guess. Hope at some point it gets better, but I don't know if it ever does. Or you just learn to live with it.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, that's where I'm at. I'm just trying to, like, learn to live with my nonsense.
I guess
And
it's a
trying to, like,
combination
move
of
on.
things. Like, I'm tired of being alone, but I'm also just tired of, like, life in the world itself. I'm just in my
Yeah, he may have actually come across what I call the dark waters. Or another way to put it, the black mirror.
room, and I keep thinking all the time, and I wish that there was more to this life.
There is.
I wish it was better, but, like, that's reality, and I hate reality right now.
It's your mind,
All I
bro.
find myself doing is wishing that things were different, that things were better.
Keep it, man. Keep wishing, man.
But, like, this is just the cold reality right now, and I don't like it at all. And it's been like this for years, and I don't see it changing, and I try and change it, and it doesn't. Like, I try and take matters into my own hands, right? It's my own responsibility, and I want to do things better. I've started to be more productive, but, like, nothing changes. I've put myself out there to try and talk to people, but it doesn't work. Like,
you can only go so far.
I'm just meant to be like this.
It's okay.
But I hope I share this video and someone relates to it.
I like how
Someone can talk to me about this shit.
I like
Tell me,
it.
like, yeah, dude, I feel you, man. Like, I've experienced this too.
Literally, bro.
I don't know. I feel like no one's gonna fucking care.
Okay.
This isn't gonna reach anyone realistically.
Whatever.
I say that as I hope that it does.
At least you talk for
Realistically,
yourself.
it probably won't. Your dreams are one thing, reality's another thing. And that sucks to realize. That really sucks.
Dude, he must have some really good dreams.
You know, like, when you watch a TV show, play a video game or something like that, like, it's like a great adventure. You know, there's a plot to it.
Exactly. This is the power of storytelling, folks. Back in the day, human beings, before we had, like, writing, we, like, just campfire stories all fucking day. That's all we did. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know his ethnic background and all that, but he could be my cousin for all I know. But I'm just telling you now. I'm just letting y'all know that there were cultures that came before the ones we have today, whereby human beings, the only reality that they had truly was the storytelling. Because, I mean, they didn't know about fucking gravity and, like, lightning and stuff. They didn't know. And so they didn't understand everything. And even today, like, our sciences can't even explain everything. And it's just like, as a result, you end up with just, like, the only thing that you know is the story. And this is why, you know, the oldest stories, or rather the oldest books, are so powerful. Because they're telling you, like, kind of like a fundamental truth in a way that, like, only like the human being can understand, because our monkey brains can't understand much else. You know, we don't understand, like, supercomputer computation like an AI would, and, like, we don't understand, like, God or stuff like that. You know, we only have so many senses. Our brains can only process so much. So instead, like, that's the power of fiction. That's why stories are so good. That's why dreams are so good. That's why, like, the most inspiring things come from people having awesome stories. That's why the Joe Rogan podcast blew up, because, like, he just literally had, like, hundreds and hundreds of people that were telling some amazing stories. And so we all like a good story. Every human being on this planet, I guarantee it, likes a good story.
There's a character goes through a problem.
I learned that from Jordan Peterson, by the way.
Change, and the problem is fixed, and that's not real life. Real life, there's a problem. You try your best to fix it, and you don't know if the problem's gonna solve it.
Yep.
It probably won't. You know, you probably just get the bad ending. Your whole life is just a bad ending, and there's not much you can do about it.
It's really hard.
It feels like. I wish I could have lived a normal life. I wish I could have lived a normal life, I think.
You keep saying normal. But you got to realize that normal, like, if you look at statistics, like, mathematically speaking, math, by the way, may be, like, pretty real. But let me just show you, like, a statistical bell curve. Here it is, right? You just got this, like, average, right? This is, like, a probability wave, by the way. And, like, the middle is what you expect, right? But, like, imagine if this was, like, represented by, like, a dice roll. You know, the average of a dice roll would be 3.5, right? If you were, like, do the numbers, it would be between 3 and 4, right? It would be, like, between 1 and 6, right? It would be between 2 and 5, 3 and 4. It's 3.5, right? And if you do that, it's 7 divided by 2. if you do that, I mean, 3.5 is a number that no matter how many times you roll with the dice, you're never going to get that number. You're never going to arrive at that average because it doesn't exist. It is a mathematical explanation, right? In mathematics, it's just weemy, wimey, timey, wimey stuff. But basically, you can't actually get to the average because every time you roll the dice, you're going to end up with something close to the average. But unless you roll the dice an infinite number of times, you're never actually going to get there. And so maybe each person is like a dice roll. Like we all are a dice roll, our genetic code and stuff like that, right? And so we roll dice rolls. So we all are part of this bell curve. We roll all these different combination of rolls of life, of circumstance, how we were born, what nation we were born in, what culture we're from, what language we speak, you name it. But at the end of the day, only until you take the full, you're going to have to look at every human being all at once to finally see the true average. And I'm pretty sure that's Jesus Christ, right? Something like that. So anyways.
I don't know. Everything's always been so weird. Life feels so strange.
Maybe we're not there yet. Maybe our average. Maybe our goal is to have an average that is something like. Because no one knows what Jesus really looks like. Some say he was white. Some say he was black. Some say he was Arab. We don't even know how the man looked like, right? So it's like, anyways.
I wish I could have just been normal. Lived a normal fucking life.
Doesn't exist, my friend.
But from the time I was a small child, I had behavioral issues. I had family issues. Everything was just strange. I've never fit in. I was just born to live a weird fucking life like this. It's tiring, man. It's really tiring, and most people don't get it. But I'll finish off with this message: is that life is absolute bullshit, but you should have to accept that and try and do whatever good you can do before you die, because we're all gonna die someday, anyways.
Oh, yeah.
We're all gonna fucking die. Don't worry, it's gonna come. If you want to die, don't kill you.
I'm telling you, man. He at least knows about the death. Okay, a lot of human beings, some of our egos get so fucking inflated. We forget about death, or we try to avoid it, right?
Yourself, just wait, because you're gonna fucking die. Just try and get what good you can out of it, especially while you're young. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and share this so that anyone else is struggling. I hope.
Figure it out, bro.
I really fucking hope that I can try and reach you and tell you that, hey man, we just gotta try. We gotta keep trying and hope things get better. Maybe someday it'll give. And that's what I want to do. I think I'm going to make a lot of videos and stuff talking about things like this. And just try and make someone's day better that struggles with the same stuff.
He definitely made our day, didn't he? I love how he cried.
There's so much more I want to say, but
that's too bold.
That's all I'll say for now in front of the camera. But anyways, that's all. Thanks, guys.
That was amazing. I really enjoyed that video. So, yeah, that's that. Good shit. Thank you for listening. That's all I have for this one. Peace.